Hello everyone, once again welcome to the YouTube channel of GLC Law by MS. My name is Siddhant, and after the completion of the three most exams the students have appeared in the month of December 2025, the next most important exam which is going to take place in the month of May for 5-year LL.B is Maharashtra CT 2026. Now the forms have already been out, the dates have also been extended, and in the month of February you will be allowed to fill up the form. So be calm, composed, and if you want any details related to that, it's already there on the YouTube channel of GLC Law by MS. And also you are there on our YouTube channel for the very first time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because on our video there are detailed videos which are there about all specific law entrances for 5-year and 3-year LL.B. Now in this particular video I'm going to give you a 3-month plan or a 3-month guide for the students who's preparing for 5-year LL.B. Now in this I have broken down into multiple sections. Section wise analysis of the strategies being given over here, that which subject to study and how it has to be given for daily. Now when you are preparing for this particular exam, that another most important stage in your life is going to be there, that is your 12th board exams. So how you'll balance it up with the board exams, and post that what is should be the preparation strategy. So let's start this video. So the first section which we'll be taking up is the legal aptitude section. So in all, you must be knowing already that for Maharashtra CT there are 5 sections which are there, and the first section is the legal aptitude and the legal reasoning section. Now when we talk about law as a subject, if you have prepared for CLAT, ALAT or SLAT, and if even not prepared, there are 4 or 5 basic laws only on which you have to prepare, and the paper pattern is majorly on a principle fact based only. That means there will be a 2 to 3 line principle going to be there, 4 to 5 line fact is going to be there. The fact could be 2 line only, and 4 options are going to be there. Now to prepare for that, you need to have some knowledge about certain basic and the core legal concepts. So the basic ones comes to be the constitutional law and the criminal law. For this you have to cover up major areas under multiple articles and the sections which are given. Now you don't have to remember any article or section, but for your legal knowledge based question could be there, that could be the one-liners one which can come from the constitutional or the criminal law part. But when we talk about the other basic laws, the core legal concepts are torts and contracts, where you will going to study the theory and the question practice will be related to principal facts. So to cover up legal, these are the 4 basic laws. There are some additional laws also which you can study, maybe family law, intellectual property law, environmental law. But even though if you are not having any prior knowledge about any of the laws, you should know how to solve these questions. Now to solving these questions, many times students feel that they don't have any material with them for, especially for exams like CET, because they have been studying only for CLAT. So for that, the link is provided in the description below. Go check out onto our new batch which is coming, and also to the test series for this particular explicitly for CT 5-year LL.B. Okay. Now adding to the principal fact based ones, there are questions which comes from again the legal knowledge base, which is again from this part are the legal maxims and the basic legal terminologies. So that maxims would be like injuria sine damnum, volunti non fit injuria, or maybe void ab initio, something related to that. What would be the meaning about it? So that is on the question can come, and also the meaning could be given, and you have to identify those legal or the Latin maxims. Okay. Now what important part you need to avoid over here, you don't have to run after any landmark judgments or big paragraph reading, because that is a pattern which you follow for CLAT or ALAT. The exam which you have already prepared for like SLAT, it's exactly similar. There is nothing new you have to do. Okay. So if you are able to devote daily 35 to 45 minutes for studying theory and practicing 10-15 questions daily, that is what is going to become the key. Now let's move to the next subject, that is logical and analytical reasoning. Now over here they do say that there is logical, but there are very less questions for strength and weakness or the argumentative one which is going to come. Majorly the questions are on the analytical reasoning only, which is again blood relation, directions, coding, decoding, series, analogies, syllogisms. These are the basic questions which come. Again the conceptual part what must have been done. If not done, you can definitely refer to the classes which you have already studied, go and revise the concept and then practice. Only again, these are the one-liner based questions, again not a paragraphical one. Okay. So pattern recognition, accuracy focused. So daily if you are able to devote 30 to 40 minutes, again similar to this one only, you will be able to fetch good marks in this particular section. Now what is important in the analytical reasoning is to apply your logic speedily, that if in a particular so again this is an online based exam where you will going to get some paper to solve these sequences and the series which is again coming onto this, maybe like a Venn diagram can come, or maybe a seating arrangement or something, blood relation can come. So you can definitely write it fast. So how fast you are able to make your mind to work accordingly, then only you will be able to solve these questions in a speedy manner. Sometimes students say, is it maths? No, this is not basically maths, but this is how you speedily think about the logic. So while you are solving at home also, think about those logics and solve it speedy manner, because the paper is again a 120-minute paper, and for the students who are not aware, it's a no negative marking paper, so you have to attempt the entire paper. Okay. Next we go towards the English basics, which majorly focuses on your reading part. So if you are reading any material which you are referring, you are part of IMS, if you are referring to the material of IMS, that would be the best part. You follow that material only, focusing more on vocabulary, that is synonyms, antonyms. This is what become important. A lot many students miss out onto this, but this is again not very difficult. It's very basic, which comes in the previous year papers also. And if you want to know what has been there in the past 2 years, 3 years, you want to know about it, on our YouTube channel, the previous year paper analysis videos are also there for Maharashtra CET. You go and check the keyword, that is Maharashtra CET 2025. You're going to see the analysis part. Then error spotting, fill in the blanks, helps improve board exam performances also. So that is what English is going to help you. So these are some basic things which comes even in your 12th board exam. So it is going to go hand in hand. So majorly 25 to 30 minutes. If you will see half an hour to every section, it would be easy. Now these three sections become the most important, like 60 to 70% of your entire paper, or maybe you can say 50 to 55 to 65% of the entire paper. This is what, because it is again on the CLAT pattern, the pattern of the question distribution which last year changed. Okay. Next we go towards the GK, which is again with current affairs. Now a lot many times students say, sir, we are not able to cover up, there is so much of GK to study. I know that for current affairs it's almost, it's like an ocean only. Okay. So you have to refer only to your last 12 months ka current affairs, nothing more than that have to be referred. So if the exam is happening on the month of May, from April 26 till April, so 25 April se leke, this is what is 12 months you have to cover up. But majorly the hot topics, the news are going to be there, but I would recommend you to know the exact year or the exact date. That is what become important, ki G8 summit, G10, G20 summit happened when, on which particular date. That is what you need to remember more. That's why it becomes difficult. So the only strategy for the students is to do it on a repeat way. Repeat way means that if you are studying any current affair, so let's break it down in a way. Let's say we are in the month of January right now, and in the month of January you are studying for the month of December. Okay. So let's say for completing all the topics of the December, you are taking majorly like 4 days. Okay. Now for the previous 10 months, you will going to take 40 days. But what I'm saying is that on the 5th day, when you will pick up, so I'm doing it in the reverse manner. I'll first start with December if I'm in the month of January. If you are in the month of February, you will start with January, but do it in the reverse way. So if you are starting with December, then you'll go to November, then October, September, and reverse way. So in 4 days, if you are completing December, on the 5th day, you will going to cover up your, come on, give me an answer. Yes, it's November. On 5th day, you will start with November. But I would highly recommend for the next 4 days when you are doing November, please read onto the December topics. Now, this is for current affairs. Now, when you talk about the static part, the most important thing which the IMS students are quite lucky enough is that they have the entire booklet of the static GK. So, you pick that book only. But the students who are not part of it, your institute must have provided you with some magazine, some book or some compendium sort of things. You can refer to that part where they have static GK or any notes of your classes which are there. So you pick that notes accordingly. So you pick up, I'll first clear up polity next 2 days, then national symbols, important days, awards and sports. So you divide those days, and by saying days, that means you will going to study for 1 or 2 hours these part. So this is for again 2 hours, this is for 2 hours, majorly 4 hours is going to be needed for the initial 40 days to cover up everything for a student who has not touched current affairs. But I am hoping that the students must have been reading in the past 2-3 months, because you are now aiming for Maharashtra CT. So you will be able to devote only 25 to 30 minutes, but that is again on the daily basis for the student who has been in touch. If you have not been in touch, you have to devote maybe like 2 to 3 hours daily, but for the next 1 month only. Okay, but when it is your board exams are there, you can reduce those number of hours, but please remain consistent for 25 to 30 minutes. But now these time limits have been kept in mind when you are already studying for a board exam. So if you will see 25 minutes, 35 minutes, that is majorly 1 hour, 1 hour 40 minutes, 1 hour 45, that means it's majorly, I'm talking about 2.5 hours of daily study when the board exams are there. But when board exams are not there, you can study for more than 4-5 hours. That completely depends upon your capacity. So this is for your current affairs and part. Now the last part which comes is the basic mathematics, which is again a very lesser in 5-year LL.B. So it talks about percentages, ratio, proportions, profit and loss averages. Now here you need to have a speedy calculation practice to be done. So easy formula based questions are only there, but again speed is needed. So I would recommend, rather than doing daily, practice it on the alternate days for majorly 15 to 20 minutes. So if you will sum up all these things, what is your daily plan will look like? So if you are CET studying during the board exams, it will be from 2 to 2.5 hours on daily basis. But you say ki sir, it's board exams, I have to score more than what I am expecting and something 90-80%. That is very good. But keep it in mind, if you are eyeing for any law entrance exam, the eligibility is majorly 45 to 55%. I'm talking about the general category. Okay? So this is what you are definitely going to get 2x of this or maybe 1.5x of this. So you are anytime doing good in the board exam, so don't worry about it. Even if you score 99% in board and you score good in Maharashtra CT, you will clear. If you will score 70% in board and you score 99 percentile in Maharashtra CT, you will get a college. So why to put so much of efforts in board? I'm not disregarding or demotivating you कि don't put up efforts, इसमें कोई मेहनत नहीं करो, but that is not the case. What I wanted to establish over here is, see the eligibility criteria, don't take it as a burden, balance everything. So when you are studying CET with your board exams, it has to be 2.5 hours daily study needs to be there. Plan it to divide in your entire day. So maybe in the initial part of your day, let's say from 8 to 11 a.m. you can study this part, and then the entire day you can study for board exam for 3-4 hours. Not more than that you are putting up anything. Okay? But once your board exams are done in the month of maybe let's say Feb, March, so you will give up 4.5 to 5 hours daily. Sectional test would highly recommend. If you go sectional test, means the legal reasoning test, then the logical test, analytical test. This is what the sectional test I'm talking about. But once you are done with your board exams, you should focus on full length mocks. But before your board starts, I will highly recommend, if you have 12 to 15 mocks, then 2-3 mocks to be given right now, and keep your mocks maybe in the month of March, April. You can divide 6 mocks or 5 mocks in those 2 months. 10 mocks more than sufficient. Your analysis will again become important, but for that we'll definitely going to talk later on about this when you are done with your board exams. So this is what should your daily plan look like. Consistency is the only key. If you miss it out, it will not be in your favor, because if it is a outside Maharashtra student or a Maharashtra student, you have to be anytime has been in the range of 98 to 99 percentile if your aim is to get into GLC Mumbai or ILS Pune. If you have some another dreams, 90, 95, 94 percentile can also fetch you a good decent Maharashtra college, but this is what the strategy we are making. And the question comes, is it possible? Yes, definitely it is possible in the next 3 months to crack your Maharashtra CT also. So your attempt strategy has to be focusing more on the legal and logical part. That is what will going to give you maximum marks, because 30, 32 questions, 28 questions are there. Maths, again, it is saying that the attempt only when you are sure of the questions, but since I stated in the initial part of the video that there are no negative markings, so I would recommend to solve all the questions, but the speed match will going to help you out. So that is what matters, is consistency more than your long hour of study. So keep these thoughts in mind, plan it judiciously. If you have any doubt, any question related to this, drop into the comments, let us know. And if you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much for being supportive, and do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Till then, Siddhant Sir signing off. We'll meet up soon fast. All the best.